so confused about how it has any merit, of this fear of your religious rights being at risk.
A flurry of controversial bills will make their way to the state floor next week for a final vote or to the governor's desk for a signature.
Including a bill sponsors claim protects the interest of foster children and the religious freedoms of faith-based agencies from discrimination. Advocates argue it's just the opposite, and they say if it's passed, it could be harmful for foster parents here, especially in the LGBTQ community.
Team 12's Josh Sanders looks into the bill.
There's always been a calling.
Answering the call.
We have a shared passion in fighting for those that can't fight for themselves, that don't have a voice.
For more than 2 decades, social worker Dawn Walschliger and her wife have given a voice and home to foster kids here in the Valley, including their child Skylar, who was in 19 different homes before coming to live with them.
Since they were 10 years old, they identified as transgender.
Dawn is against Republican-sponsored Senate Bill 1399, aimed to protect the interest of children and the religious freedom of faith-based agencies in adoption and foster care placement. But Dawn and advocates say the bill gives a license for faith-based agencies to discriminate against LGBTQ foster parents and kids.
This is a way basically to put the needs of religious communities above those of the LGBT community, other minority communities, including minority religious communities even.
Jacob Schmidt is president and CEO of the Arizona Children's Association, founded in 1912, and is the state's first adoptive agency, currently serving more than 40,000 families across the state. He says Senate Bill 1399 is a wolf in sheep's clothing. Instead of protecting religious freedom, an agency could refuse to care for children who do not share the same faith, or turn away adoptive or foster families, or impose religion on a child that may not support their gender identity or sexual orientation.
The fear is that if this passes, we're going to be adding a lot more trauma.
We reached out to Republican Senator Sina Kerr, who sponsored the bill but was unable for comment. Instead, her office pointing us to a February 9th Senate Health and Human Services Committee, where a lawyer from the Alliance Defending Freedom could not provide examples of faith-based agencies being discriminated against in Arizona.
You don't have examples in Arizona?
Madam Chair, Senator Gonzalez, to date, I haven't heard of one.
In fact, the state already has a foster parent bill of rights that protects religious freedom.
There's really not a need for this bill. There's already protections in place.
Josh Sanders, 12 News.
Josh, thanks.